A new year brings new access to marijuana to the state of Missouri. We're now watching the recreational rollout. Amendment 3 went into effect on December 8th, meaning people 21 and older can already legally possess and use up to 3 ounces of marijuana in Missouri. But buying cannabis is another story. Only licensed growers or retailers can sell in the state, and applications to get a recreational license opened last month. So the earliest recreational sales could happen as early February, and established medical marijuana dispensaries are already getting ready.
The sky's the limit, honestly. I'm here for the ride, man. I am so excited to see what's going to happen in Missouri.
Kansas City's Greenlight Dispensary is one of more than 300 licensed for medical sales across the state, and the group's regional manager says once they get the recreational licenses, he expects sales to double or even triple. So let's take a look at the timeline for this rollout. Recreational licenses could be given out as early as February 6th. That's the same day Missourians can apply to get what are called personal cultivation cards, allowing them to grow plants at home. In June, the department will give information on micro businesses and will start accepting applications from September to October. Before that can happen, the state of Missouri is working to make sure all the pieces are in place to get the recreational program online. Joining me now to talk about it is Lyndall Fraker, Director of Public Outreach for the Division of Cannabis Regulation at Missouri's Department of Health and Senior Services. Happy New Year. Thanks for walking us through this. First off, what's going on behind the scenes right now to prepare for February 6th? How many applications have you received?
Good morning. Well, I don't have the exact count, but it's certainly in the hundreds. There's about 350 current operators, and obviously most of those will probably file to become the comprehensive operators as well as the medical.
Part of the amendment extends the life of new medical marijuana cards to 3 years. And I'm curious, with pot access expanding to adults 21 and older, what is the incentive for these hundreds of thousands of Missourians to stay in the medical program? Will that start to be phased out?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. The biggest thing I think probably is the tax is less. 4% on the medical purchases. The adult use will be 6%. And then additional 3% could be put on by the local city or county that facility's in. So it could be a 5% savings if they so chose to do that in those areas. I think the other thing is there's some people that just truly want the product for medical purposes, and they like to have that as part of their file with the doctor certification and that kind of thing. So a couple of reasons maybe to stay medical.
Interesting. You're going to have this two-prong approach in Missouri. What effect do you believe more access will have on prices? What's being done to try and prevent a monopoly in Missouri, let's say, for a smaller group of dispensaries?
Sure. Well, first of all, right now with the number of facilities we have more facilities in a medical-only state than any other state in the union except for Oklahoma, and which is kind of the Wild Wild West out there. So the product right now, the price has come drastically down from where it was 2 years ago when the first sale was made in October of 20. And we believe that price will continue to drop and serve the patients, satisfactorily. I do believe that with the adult use products, there will be more products available. There will be the micro business licenses will be coming on board, which will supply more products as well. So the word monopoly, is kind of the word one. Mono is one, and we have actually thousands of people producing when you take the home cultivation piece into consideration.
What's the timeline for micro businesses?
There'll be 3 phases as we issue those. The application and instructions will be available on June the 6th, and then we'll start accepting those applications in September. These timelines were all put in the Constitution, so they're spelled out for us. And then we'll award that first set of micro businesses October the 4th of 23. And then the second set will be in 24, I believe, in June the 30th. And then the final set will be issued March 27th of 2025.
Interesting. Does part of the rollout have an informational component, telling people who are interested how to grow their own marijuana or which dispensaries are going to sell medical versus recreational?
That information will certainly be available on our website. We have a very good website. It used to be medicalmarijuana.mo.gov. Now it's missouricannabis.mo.gov, and it will be chock full of information such as that, as it is now.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there for today. Lyndall Fraker with Missouri's Division of Cannabis Regulation. We look forward to maybe talking with you closer to the rollout. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.